Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, and welcome to another hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. During the next hour, we're going to see two championship matches, the Continental Tag Team Championship and the Continental Heavyweight Championship. Currently, those titles held by the Nightmares and the Tennessee Stud. Also, we're going to have some very interesting review time regarding the dress contest that took place. We'll be seeing a host of great competitors in action tonight. So by all means, do stay tuned for the very finest in professional wrestling, and that is indeed Continental Championship Wrestling. Time now for our first match, so let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with television time remaining. It is for the Continental Tag Team Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the ring. First, from Bucks, North Tennessee, 233 pounds, the Dirty White Boy. His partner from Pensacola, Florida, 244 pounds. He calls himself Mr. Perfect, Jerry Stubbs. And ladies and gentlemen, the Continental Tag Team Champions, at a combined weight of 432 pounds from the U.S. of A., the Nightmares.
All right, one fall, television time. It is, and we, of course, have standby matches. But it is indeed, as we announced earlier, of course, lots of great matches upcoming tonight. If this one, in fact, does not go the limit. Dirty White Boy and Jerry Stubbs facing the Continental Tag Team Champions, the Nightmares. Nightmares in the lime green and white. And it's the Dirty White Boy getting set to move out first. And, hey, I'll tell you what. He took about one of those, and brother, takedown by the Dirty White Boy, and the Dirty White Boy pounding away, but now it's the Nightmare on top, and the Nightmare pounding back. And as Stubbs tries to come across, the second Nightmare catches him. So Jerry Stubbs caught in a snap mare. And the Nightmares beating out a tattoo on the Dirty White Boy and Jerry Stubbs. Tag is made. That one came from the backyard. Caught him in the side of the rib cage. Full arm drag and twist. Once again, the tag is made. And so the Nightmares have their strategy. Down pad. And boy, that one had to bruise the rib cage again. Picks him up, full body slam. Dirty White Boy powers out before the count, however. Tony Anthony taking a lot of punishment in the side of the rib cage. Beautiful takedown by the Nightmare. scissors on the arm. Series of blows to the side of the head. Again, the tag is made, and so the Nightmares are definitely in charge of this match. Bottom wrist lock. By the Nightmares on Tony Anthony. And the crowd very much in favor of the Nightmares. Hey, the Nightmare caught Stubbs coming in. Once again, the tag is made. Stubbs trying to regain his feet. Their concentration now is percussions to the side of the rib cage. Take away that capability of drawing air into those lungs. Hey, if you don't get air in the lungs, you don't get oxygen into your bloodstream, and if you don't get oxygen in the bloodstream, that lactic acid doesn't burn off, and that means that they're in a lot of trouble. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden have joined me.
Gordon, we don't want to interrupt you out here. It's a fine match going on, two fine tag teams, but there's a celebration going on in the back with Jim and myself because one of these guys has been injured. The people in the South are happy about it, and they're asking me and Jimmy to give them more injuries, and that's what we're here for, right, Jim?
You're right. We broke one of them New Guinea headhunters' legs, and we're expecting to take care of the other two, brother. And we're looking forward to our matches coming up in the near future with them. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Gordon. It's a fine match that's going on right now in the ring. Both of those teams out there are a good team. And we like wrestling any team that comes into this area, especially good competition. And either one of these teams would fit the bill right here. And we'd also like to get our chances at those title belts.
Well, I can certainly understand that, and I wish the two of you will.
Well, thank you very much, Gordon. And we just said we're going to carry the party right on till we get in the ring with these guys again and keep it going on wherever we're at. We're going to put out some more headhunters.
All right, so Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller issuing a fair warning to the headhunters, if you will. They're managed by Buddy Landell. Of course, Landell, after that Continental Heavyweight Championship, held currently by the Tennessee Stubbs. But I know the Stud as well as I do. He'll take on Landell any way Landell wants to go. Of course, then you got fellows, newcomers into the sport, like this great former All-American Doug Furness. What a fine athlete, what a nice guy to boot. He is genuinely good people. All right. Bottom wrist lock, lateral drop, and takedown, float over, and lateral press. Stubbs powers out. So it's a Nightmare keeping a full arm drag and twist from a prone position on Stubbs. Good move on the Nightmare's part. Tony Anthony on the outside. Stubbs trying to extricate himself. He goes to a bottom wrist lock, and now they're caught by Stubbs, and Stubbs catches him in the back. Good reversal on that Irish whip, but then he caught him coming in. Stubbs has the Nightmare in trouble. Stubbs looking strong. Stubbs makes it over, however, and makes the tag with Tony Anthony. Anthony comes charging down, and the Nightmare rolls out. Oh, wait. Low body slam, and the Nightmare's tag up. Off the ropes, got him right across the pectoralis major. Not enough yet, though. Tony Anthony a bit too quick. Once again, there's that bottom wrist lock and a lateral drop into a head scissors. And the crowd continues to clap and shout its approval of the Nightmares in this Continental Tag Team Championship match. Titles on the line. Ripped up over that top rope, and he's got problems. Nightmare outside the ring. Man. He flew through the air. He had to hit the ground at about 45 miles an hour. Now the second Nightmare trying to get in there, and he's complaining about the ring ropes. In the meanwhile, Stubbs getting in some cheap shots outside the ring. One Nightmare helping the other, trying to get him back into the ring, but he has been hurt. No question about that. Hit that concrete. High backdrop once again, and he's got a lot of problems. All right, and so Tony Anthony keeps the pressure on him. Tony Anthony keeps the pressure on the Nightmare. All right. And so the Nightmare now in a lot of trouble as Stubbs continues to put the boots to it. And the Nightmare trying to get it together, caught by Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy. And now Stubbs drives a knee into the abdominal wall. Now a foot right into the throat of the Nightmare. Wait a minute, we've got all four of them in there, and the Nightmare's on the worst end of this one. Good move by the Nightmare. Has Tony Anthony in trouble. But it's taken its toll on the Nightmares, no question about that. Jerry Stubbs tries to charge over. The tag is made, and now the Nightmare has Jerry Stubbs in the corner. And now catches Tony Anthony coming in. High backdrop by the Nightmare. Beautiful flying drop kick. And the Nightmare dispatching this team of the Dirty White Boy and Jerry Stubbs. Brother, he is punishing him. Now Stubbs breaks the... Aha! Stubbs over the top rope onto the timer's table. And now it's the Nightmare's turn to be 2-on-1, if you will, but they back away, sportsmen that they are. Ready to go for a gut wrench as well now for a pile driver. And the second Nightmare comes hurtling across the ring. Stubbs catches him from behind. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, my. Anthony out. Anthony is out. Jerry Stubbs managed to throw his arm over him. That is, well, hardly kosher, but in view of everything, it looks like he got by with it. It looks like he got by with it. Tony Anthony being dragged out by Jerry Stubbs. They've got the belt. And so, it looks to me like we do have indeed new Continental Tag Team Champions. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new Continental Tag Team Champions, the team of Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy.
We'll take another look at that. You can see very plainly that it was Jerry Stubbs moving in on the Dirty White Boy, getting his arm over the prone form of one of the Nightmares, and that got the pinfall. Continental Championship Wrestling, Columbus, Mississippi, Friday, March 13th. Match time is 8:30 at the Lavender Coliseum. In a steel cage match, Nightmare rules for the Continental Tag Team titles. It'll be the Nightmares against Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy. Continental title, no disqualification, the Tennessee Stud against Buddy Landell. Mixed tag team match, Adrian Street and Miss Linda against Rip Rogers and Brenda Britton. Loser leave Mississippi, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Goland against the New Guinea Headhunters. Wildcat Wendell Cooley against the Shogun. U.S. Junior title, Larry Hamilton against Tom Pritchard. Well, I have the, quote, news.
Cooley, let me say something real quick, baby. I told you and I told everybody else that when Mr. Perfect Jerry Stubbs got back, that the White Boy and Stubbs would become the Continental Tag Team Champions once again. And boys, how does it feel to be ex-champions?
Well, gentlemen.
Well, gentlemen, you were robbed in my book.
That's right. And let me tell these thieves up there holding our belts, you're not the champions, boys. Well, listen, it only took us just a second to come up with an idea. And we're going to challenge you guys right now. Put those belts up in a nightmare rules cage match. These people know what can happen in a nightmare rules cage match. We'll sign it, you put the belts up, and you show up, and boys, I guarantee you, one, maybe both of you won't be walking out of that ring.
Back to you, Mr. Soley.
You know, that cage match you're talking about is not a big surprise to us, because when we got back there, we had to sign the piece of paper that gave the right for the cage between you and myself, Dirty White Boy. Now, let me tell you something else, Nightmare. You might have just signed your warrant, your death warrant.
Well, the former U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Tom Pritchard, has joined us.
It doesn't matter, former. Hey, what did you think about Larry Hamilton last week? He was dressed pretty spiffy, wasn't he? Would you say so? Larry Hamilton thinks just because he's a United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, because he's got so much fancy gold, he can come out here and try and dress like a champion and try and be well-dressed. But you learn, Larry Hamilton, never take your eyes off me and never turn your back on me, pal, because that could be deadly.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. First of all, in case any of you missed it last week, we did have a best-dressed contest between Dr. Tom Pritchard and the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion, Larry Hamilton. And I thought it might be interesting just to go back and take a look at that section of the contest. You'll see why so many people were so disappointed. Let's go back and take a look.
Mr. Stokes, if you would give me 5 minutes, please, sir, just 5 minutes, I will be more than happy to put my tights on.
All right, is that agreeable?
I don't think you look too sharp anyway. You got it 5 minutes. 5 minutes, yeah.
All right. Watch it! Watch it! Hey! Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, come on, Pritchard.
Are we just dressed down? Are we just dressed down, Larry? How about the time?
Oh, come on now, man. What are you talking about? Hold on. Hurry up. Oh, I'm telling you. Well, all right. So you didn't come out as the best-dressed individual at all. You were strictly in your wrestling trunks, which is a far picture from the way you are right now.
What I was talking about last week is I wanted a shot at the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship. Larry Hamilton had some idea that we were out here trying to dress to impress. Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm here to fight, and I showed it right after that interview. I showed you here that I had all the rings, I had all the diamonds, I had everything hanging around me. And afterwards, I showed Larry Hamilton why I am truly the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Gordon. Simple as that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before we talk any farther at all about your splendor tonight in your dress, let's take a look at what happened immediately following that best-dressed contest.
Larry Hamilton's coming right down to the ring. Now, you watch him. He comes through the ropes, sir, and that's his first mistake. He should have never come to the ring when the white boy and Jerry Stubbs are standing in my corner, because you could see where I got friends, and you could, oh, now, look at this. This is where these guys have no right sticking their nose in my business. It was me and Larry Hamilton, and then you got the Nightmares having to come down to the ring and protect this guy. Can't Larry fight for himself? Can't Larry fight for himself? You saw he couldn't dress. Nothing like I can. You saw he doesn't have the kind of jewelry I do, and yet the Nightmares, Jesus, what do they have to do? What did they get out of this film anyway? Because the mares have nothing to do with my business. Nothing at all to do with me. What I'm talking about is getting Larry Hamilton down on the floor right there. Now, that was just a lucky shot. But if you can see, I had Larry Hamilton going every inch of this battle here. He still's in his clothes. He still didn't go back to the dressing room and get his tights on and want to put the belt on in a regulation match. That's the kind of man he is. He came down expecting not to wrestle. He wanted to do some wrestling contest, some fashion show here that doesn't mean nothing. Why didn't he put the belt up against me that night is what I want to know. Why didn't he, Gordon?
Well, first of all, obviously, he didn't have a contract for that specific situation.
God,
and
now we got to have contracts? Now we got to have contracts? I'm talking about the best dress. I'm talking about he came out looking so fine in all his jewelry. I'm talking about maybe here, $500 gold ring. Nice, huh? Texas, you notice I'm always wearing Texas here? Yeah. Okay, $4,000 watch, $4,000 bulova here. I got the receipts to prove this one, man. Nice little chain, nice couple $100 a piece here. I'm not no cheap guy, but I am a champion and I am a fighter. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, that is a good-looking watch, I must admit.
Have you ever held a $4,000 watch? Have you ever held a $4,000? Let me show you this thing.
What?
Look at this. Have you seen the diamonds in there? Huh? Not that.
Well, that is nice.
That's why I am.
That is most attractive,
Here
yes.
it is. I only go with the best, man. I don't have to dress. I'm a rock and roller, man. I can dress however I want. I don't have to wear a three-piece suit. I don't have to wear no special dress, man. I like Jesus. Hey,
Gordon, I'm not here. I know I'm not scheduled to be here. I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to say that I think I owe Tom Pritchard something.
What? Hey, wait a minute. No, hey, wait a second. No, hey, Larry, bring that watch back. Hey. Oh, brother. Oh, man. Well.
Hey, where's my watch?
Well,
Where's my watch?
No, Hamilton.
That's a bunch of crap. Where's my watch?
Wait a minute.
Nothing to do with my shoe.
No, I didn't have anything. I can assure you of that, but he took it, man.
Where's my watch? You had it last.
Larry, I don't want to put the heat on him, man, but he took the watch. I'm sorry.
That's $4,000 of my money. That's $4,000. Get him out here right now.
You'll have to do your own thing on that. I have nothing. We've got a match coming up. And
You're personally responsible for this, man. This is your fault.
well, I'll do everything I can to get it back. Believe me, I will.
You're going to get it back, and this is your fault. I hold you personally responsible. You got that, man, or it's $4,000 out of your pocket.
Well, I don't know what to say about this. Larry Hamilton, if you're in the sound of my voice anywhere, I certainly would appreciate your returning that watch, because this is a most distressing situation, and well, I must say I do feel in a sense responsible for this, but by the same token, never mind. We do have a match upcoming, so if we can, please, and see if we can get this situation straightened out. But no, let's go to the ring, shall we? Let's go to the ring to our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Montgomery, Alabama at 217 pounds, Al Scott. And ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to ringside. He is from Knoxville, Tennessee, 233 pounds. He calls himself Beautiful Buddy Landell.
Buddy Landell getting set now to move out against Al Scott. One fall. Landell, who has his sights set on the Continental Heavyweight Championship, currently held by the Tennessee stud. Al Scott in the blue trunks, and Landell, brother, standing drop kick that almost tore the head off of Scott. Landell wasting no time at all. Ooh, you could hear that chop all the way across the entire Hoffbell auditorium. Hey, wait a minute. Scott fires back. Scott gets Landell Landell ducked to one side. Thought Scott had him there for a moment. Landell brings him up full body. I'll tell you what, Landell might have a lot of mouth. But he's proving to me right now he can back it up. He's going for the figure four. He's got the figure four, perfectly executed. Landell putting that figure four on him and doing it in record time, I might add. Excellent application of that particular hold. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the time of 1 minute and 1 second, beautiful Buddy Landell.
Well, let's take another look at that in slow motion if we can. The execution of that figure four, that is a highly technical move in professional wrestling. It puts pressure on 5 points on the leg and ankle and knee, and Landell does it with tremendous expertise. An outstanding victory for a fellow who talks a lot but backs it up, Buddy Landell. Continental Championship Wrestling coming your way to Sulligent, Alabama, this coming Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at the high school gymnasium. Utah, Alabama on Friday night, 8 p.m. at the high school gymnasium. Fayette, Alabama, Tuesday, March 17th at 8 p.m. And in Columbus, Mississippi, Friday, March 13th, Friday the 13th, 8:30, Lavender Coliseum. Ringside tickets now on sale at Shirley's Minute Mark. In a steel cage match, the Nightmares go up against Jerry Stubbs and the Dirty White Boy. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden take on the New Guinea Headhunters. The losing team must leave Mississippi.
You know something, Gordon? Me and Robert Fuller, the Tennessee stud, are feeling real good. We took one of them New Guinea Headhunters and broke his leg. He's already back in New Guinea. When we get to Columbus, it's going to be back to New Guinea time again because we're going to take care of you boys in Columbus, Mississippi.
Looks like, Gordon, there may be a lot of people leaving in this thing, Gordon, because this steel cage right here is prone to injuries in that thing, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm giving the mares the edge there, and as far as getting on a bus and leaving this town, we know who's leaving on the wicky-wacky, baby. It ain't going to be me and Jimmy, is it, Jim?
Well, let's listen to these comments.
You know, I'm glad that it's March the 13th. Friday the 13th, because I like bad luck, Daddy. I thrive on breaking mirrors. I want something bad to happen during the day is what I'm talking about. Now, it's out of pride that we're going to win this loser leave town match, because God knows that there ain't a thing in Columbus, Mississippi, Daddy, that anybody would want to stay for. And why you dumb dirt farmers out there are for a glutton for punishment, I'll never know, Daddy. And I'm going to talk to the promoters and make sure that all them fat girls on the front row pay for all them 2 and 3 seats they take up, Daddy. As Tennessee stud, as far as you're concerned, you better be glad that I got a kind heart and I let you out that figure four. Next time, Daddy, it's no DQ, Columbus.
Landell sounds desperate.
You see that ugly boy out there call himself beautiful when Tennessee stud gets through with you in Columbus, boy? You going to be riding that wicky-wacky, too, across that ocean. Goodbye.
Larry Hamilton, if you're anywhere within the sound of my voice, if you please, sir, before I get involved in some sort of illegal hassle with Pritchard, if you would please bring that watch back here. I would greatly... Oh, hey, man. Am I glad to see you? I don't mind telling you.
Well, Gordon, you know, I'm not a thief or anything, and I guess I got a little carried away. I got excited. I took the man's watch. I really wasn't trying to, you know. I like to return it to you, you know, just to let everybody know that I'm not a thief, and I'm going to give it to you. Oh, I plugged you up.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, no, wait, holy. Larry, don't do that. Larry. Larry, for heaven's sakes, man.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, that's all right.
What do you mean, what is all right? Oh, no, come on. Well, I don't see where it makes any difference now. Good grief. Well, I don't know what to do about this situation at all. I really don't. Now, look, let me explain something to you. No.
I can't press charges on you.
No.
I pressed the charges on Hamilton.
Well,
that was $4,000, man.
Well,
that was $4,000. That's a criminal act.
I had nothing to do with it, sir.
You had everything to do with it. You had everything to do with it, and your name's going on the charges, too. I press the charges against you, and I press the charges against Larry Hamilton, too, man. That's $4,000. $4,000.
Well,
$4,000. And you're going to jail.
well, maybe he can have the gold melted down. Let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this television event is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Ladies and gentlemen, now at ringside, he is from Germany, 229 pounds, Kris von Colt.
Like Dixie, I just as soon stay home. I was one of the chosen few to be born in Alabama. I'm just like my daddy's son. I'm proud of who I am.
And ladies and gentlemen, your Alabama heavyweight champion, 227 pounds from Milton, Florida, Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley getting set to go out against Kris von Colt. One fall, and by the way, Wildcat Wendell Cooley in the silver trunk. Wanted to say a special hello to Brad Criswell. Brad Criswell at Children's Hospital, room number 456. Wildcat asked me to do him a favor, and I wish all of you would do this. How about stopping by your local drugstore or what have you? Pick up a Get Well card and send it to Brad Criswell, C-R-I-S-W-E-L-L. That's Brad Criswell, Children's Hospital, room 456 in Birmingham. They lock up collar and elbow. Side headlock now. Wildcat Wendell Cooley caught that side headlock by Kris von Colt. Von Colt. Red tunic on. Off the rope. Von Colt up and over his man. Cooley caught him high. Back up. Cooley caught him with a hard right hand. Colt's got his own problems now. Circle each other once again. They pull, duck under, go behind. Good waist lift takedown by Von Colt. Sit out. And a switch by Wendell Cooley. Into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. George, the referee. Von Colt complaining to the referee. Complaining to the referee. And Von Colt is complaining. Quick go behind by Wendell Cooley. So the Wildcat is on top of things. Duck Duck under, go behind. Good standing switch by Von Colt. Standing switch by Cooley. Von Colt hits the ring ropes and forces the break. Notice Von Colt tried to get a back leg trip. Didn't make it, however. Low on the chin with that side headlock. A lot of wrestlers will carry that high into the hollow of the cheekbone, but it's not Cooley's way. He likes it low, down around the chin. Von Colt caught him very nicely that time. And it's Wildcat Wendell Cooley getting a head scissors. It's Von Colt trying to headstand out of that head scissors and didn't accomplish much that time as Wildcat Wendell Cooley shifted the emphasis on the leverage that time. Now, underneath the arm of Von Colt, he may have him into a pinning combination here. Semi-crucifix. And Von Colt was able to slip away from it. Von Colt has his feet up on the ring ropes. That forces the break. And Von Colt driving on, comes out of it. And now breaks away. All of a sudden, now Von Colt would like to let bygones be bygones. Cooley looking at his man, obviously with a certain amount of disgust, and I can understand why. Whoa. Well, that's about as insulting as you can get. And Von Colt came charging in, and Cooley caught him. Now what's Von Colt doing? Going for something, looks like he's wrapping a chain or something around his, this, nope. Put it back away. Wildcat Wendell Cooley stalking his man. Good feint to the shoulder, dropped down to a single leg pickup. Moved up on the arm and now gets him. With a semi-leg armbar. And Cooley turns that to his own advantage. And Kris Von Colt gets some extra leverage. Once again, Von Colt has that fist and caught him. Had something around that fist, and it looked to me like it was a piece of chain. Couldn't tell. Big double sledgehammer to the back. Von Colt delivers another hard right hand. Cooley staggered back, lashes out with a boot. Cooley catches him with a good old-fashioned Texas right hand, and then another boot. Wildcat Wendell Cooley. It's stomping time. It's stomping time for the Texan. Cut off at the pass as he came charging in. Looking good for the moment. Boots for the back of the rib cage. Good move by Cooley. Backslide, got the 3 count. He got the 3 count. Wildcat Wendell Cooley. The Alabama heavyweight champion got the 3 count. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of 7 minutes, 4 seconds, your winner, and still Alabama heavyweight champion, Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
taking another look at that well-executed backslide. Wildcat Wendell Cooley caught Kris Colt totally unawares on that move, got the pinfall, and so Wildcat Wendell Cooley is still the champion. You're looking for great Continental Championship Wrestling action. You'll find it in Sulligent, Alabama on Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the high school gymnasium, or in Eutaw, Alabama on Friday at 8 p.m., or in Fayette, Alabama, Tuesday, March 17th. But then, on Friday the 13th, in Columbus, Mississippi, at Lavender Coliseum. And by the way, advance ringside tickets are now on sale at Shirley's Minute Mart. You're going to watch Wildcat Wendell Cooley going up against a newcomer, the Shogun.
Well, that's right, Gordon. You know, I don't know anything about this guy, but the name tells me he may be from the Orient, or at least he wants somebody to think he's from the Orient. But if anybody out there cares about you, Shogun, maybe they'll translate this for you. I ain't no stepping stone, brother.
Fair enough. Well, Larry Hamilton, you're facing former U.S. Junior Champion Tom Pritchard.
The good Dr. Tom Pritchard. I like that. The good doctor. What time is it, Gordon? You know what I mean? Some say an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I say a wristwatch for a jacket.
Yeah, well, I guess he's made his point. I guess I shouldn't be laughing because, well, here are some opposing viewpoints.
I've been saying all along that all you people are nothing but a bunch of thieves, low-life rogues, and you, Larry Hamilton, you especially have proven it right here on TV that you're nothing but a thief and a lowlife. And I guarantee you, Columbus, not only am I going to take the U.S. belt back, but I'm going to take it out of you for what you did to my watch. Well spoken, and Brenda Britton, you know, when you're a kung fu expert, you got a black belt in karate, you're bad, you're Southeastern champion, you're everything in professional wrestling, I'd say it's a good day on Friday the 13th in Columbus. So, Brenda Britton, on Friday the 13th in Columbus, I'm going to unleash you on Miss Linda. You can use that black belt in karate, you can use kung fu, you can use taekwondo, you can use Shaolin, you can do anything you want to her, and I'll take care of Adrian Street. Friday the 13th in Columbus, baby. Whoa.
Larry, what time is it?
Gordon, I don't know. Ask Pritchard. You got the time.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out. Lavender Coliseum, Friday the 13th.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with television time remaining. It is for the Continental Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, now in the ring, accompanied by his valet, Miss Brenda Britton. 233 pounds from Los Angeles, California, Hustler Rip Rogers. And ladies and gentlemen, the Continental Heavyweight Champion from the state of Tennessee, 270 pounds, the Tennessee Stubbs.
The Tennessee Stud attacked from behind before he had a chance to even put that belt away. Hustler Rip Rogers after that Continental Heavyweight Championship, and brother Rogers is putting the boots to him. The Stud in trouble, trying to get away, all 6'9" of him. 275 pounds, and he's got a world of problems here. Miss Brenda catches him, and it's the Tennessee Stud as Miss Brenda tried to get that mask off of his head. And now Hustler Rip Rogers after him again, and the Tennessee Stud outside the ring. Hustler Rip Rogers after him outside the ring. The Stud has never had a chance to get it together. Again, you can hear the crack of that blow all the way across the auditorium. And now the stud trying to get it back together. He's catching a series of left hands. The stud closes in. Two hard right hands, a third right hand. Rogers in trouble and in those ring ropes. The stud winds up. He's catching a series of blows to the head. The stud has Rogers now in a high backdrop. Stud. He looked like he was in a world of trouble a moment ago. Now catches him in a high vertical suplex. The Tennessee stud, after a bad start, is very much in control now. Goes for the sleeper hold. He goes for the sleeper. Brenda Britton trying to get in the ring. And look at this. The Tennessee stud putting paddling on Miss Brenda Britton. As Hustler Rip Rogers is knocked to one side. Caught him with powder in his face. He caught him with a handful of powder in his face. And wait a minute. The stud got him. The stud got him. The stud got him in a 3 count in a double cradle. He caught him beautifully with an inside cradle. And so, the Tennessee stud is the victor on that one. Let's get the official word.
Shown your winner in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And still,
well, Mr. Landell is in the ring, and the Continental Heavyweight Champion, the Tennessee stud, is with me. Let's go to the ring and get Mr. Landell's comments.
Yeah, I got something that I got to say. Hey, Fuller, you automatically got yourself disqualified because you knew that I was going to beat your brains in and be the new Continental Champion. Well, it looks like that I've beat you with sticks, I've unmasked you, and I've done everything under God's green earth one man can do to another one, and you're still running like a big scared cat. Now, I want you to no DQ, baby. That will assure me that no matter how far you run, that I can beat you anywhere in the building. A no DQ, baby, because I want a good chance this time. I don't want you to have to trip and break your neck or nothing like that. No DQ. Neither one of us can get disqualified. That will assure me of my chances to be a champion.
Holy gang, I got to say, Landell, the only way you get the Continental Championship is if you broke both my legs and both my arms and they had to wheel me out in a wheelchair. And they ain't taking me nowhere. When it comes to leg breaking, I'm the leg breaker in this part of the country. Always have been, and your leg ain't too good to get broken. Now, I've thought about it. No DQ, if that's what you want, fine with me, Daddy, because I got one thing in mind. I'm going to shut your mouth in one of 2 ways. Either tape it up or knock your teeth out. And I think I'm going to knock your teeth out, boy.
It's going to happen, that is for sure. Well, this hour of championship wrestling has really flown by, I'll tell you that. But I can assure you we're going to be seeing plenty of action next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling.
Excuse me, Sully. Excuse me very much, but you know, it finally came down to the final thing. This is that the chips are down. I put it on the line. Somebody's going to have to leave here. Wendell Cooley or Kris Colt. And it's not going to be Kris Colt because I'm a superior wrestler than him. He's a typical American coward. Now listen, I've been around here, and I'll run Cooley out of here. When I beat him, you people will never see him again. This is the match I asked for. Cooley, you're going to be gone completely out of the Continental United States. I'll run you out of here, and you know I'm a better man than you.
Well, knowing Wildcat Wendell Cooley, he'll take that challenge. The loser must leave the Continental United States is the information that I garnered from that. Don't forget, next week our cameras will be on tour throughout Tennessee. We'll see the Tennessee stud versus Buddy Landell, Continental Tag title, and a host of others. Till then, Gordon Soley saying so long.
The wrestling action continues with Worldwide Wrestling next on TV 23. Later on a Saturday afternoon movie at 4, Michael Craig gets lost on Mysterious Island.